Hi, ladies, it's Denise, and today we're going to talk about something that I call the guaranteed success formula. Yes, you heard me right. This is all about mindset. So I'm so excited to be able to bring this information. It's my joy, my privilege, and it's my honor to be able to share this stuff with you. Now, the information in this course is going to be a recipe and a roadmap for relationship success. And it's going to take your dating life from frustrating and unsatisfying to feeling like you have to settle, to feeling like you're doing the choosing and that you can't wait to get to the next level with a special man in your life. And we don't want to do that just by making you work harder in online dating or making you have to feel like you need to change yourself or be smaller with the man you're with. And I don't want you to have to tolerate or accommodate men. We want to do this by helping you understand the heart of men. And I want you to understand the power and the control that you have over your own life and the relationships that you choose, so that you're not only going to experience this huge increase in your confidence and your clarity, but you're also going to experience a lot more quality men that are coming to you. And you're going to be satisfied in your ability to connect with the men in a more intimate and meaningful way. You're going to have total control over how you create happiness in your life. And then that is going to run over into your relationships with men. It's going to help you attract a different caliber of man. It's going to help you determine the lifestyle that you want to create. And all of these things in your life can change. So in order to make these things happen, I'm going to be covering a lot of really cool, really in-depth, detailed concepts like male versus female attraction, attachment styles, all these different kinds of relationship principles that affect male versus female energy. We're going to talk about feminine versus masculine energy. We're going to talk about the early stages of dating and the phases of attraction and how it's different for men than it is for women. About emotional attraction that men must have in order to be inspired and want to commit to you. We're going to talk about all that. But before we do, I would be very remiss if I didn't give you some kind of idea of the mindset that's going to take to get there. Because honestly, here's the truth. I can teach you all these slick things to say to men and how to handle them in certain situations. I can teach you what questions to ask. But if you don't have the proper mindset, if your brain isn't wired correctly, if you're telling yourself the same stories, then everything that I tell you isn't going to matter. You're still going to attract the same kind of men. You're still going to make the same mistakes. And ultimately, you won't be happy. So it doesn't matter if I'm your teacher or if you're using my tools or the courses, principles that I teach you. The one thing that I've realized as I've been doing this dating coaching for the last 5+ years, and what I've realized from my own dating life and my own journey, my journey of dating for 15 years to finally at 36, finally finding my man where I married and had kids for the first time. All of this has taught me that finding, attracting, and keeping a high quality man, it's not about rules or tricks or things that you have to do to get a guy. It's about a relationship mindset. It's about your self-value. So I know many of you listening right now might be investing in, let's just say, training at work. Or maybe you're in a strategy group at work. Maybe you're in a mastermind in your business. Well, I'm in mastermind groups of my own. And I'm also in mentoring, and I take programs, I buy courses, and I've got my own peers, and everyone that I hang out with, that I associate with, guess what? Most of them are doing very, very well in their businesses. And I am constantly surrounded by a lot of very successful people. And what I'm finding is that there are a lot of different strategies to get the same thing. So there's a lot of strategies to get men. But here's the difference. Each of these companies or businesses, even though they all have different approaches, and I'm going to be teaching you a lot. Now, if you're in sales right now, you might use lead generation or cold calling, or maybe you run marketing campaigns and you're doing a lot of product launches, or maybe you do webinars like the one that perhaps introduced you to this course. Other people build their businesses sometimes from referrals. But the one thing that we all successful people have in common is this badass, hardcore, do or die mindset. It's guts, it's tenacity, it's resilience. And these are the things that I want to talk about. I'm going to tell you that anything valuable in your life Anything that you want in life, including relationships, is no different. The same mindset that got you to success is going to be required in dating and finding love. Now, it's easy to talk about that, and a lot of people talk about it, but very few teachers and very few mentors can actually give you that roadmap for cultivating this type of mindset. And because of that, it doesn't matter how good other dating courses are or how hard you try, the women will get inconsistent results when they don't have the right mindset. So when they get a single woman who comes into their class and she has the right mindset, she allows herself to be coachable, she takes 100% responsibility and takes radical action. She knows what she wants. She has clarity. She knows that she wants to be married, or maybe it's a long-term relationship. She learns how to embrace her femininity. She makes a decision not to settle. She learns to set boundaries and standards, and she does the work, the inner work, and makes the changes to become the woman that she needs to be to attract that quality man. And when you get someone, or when I get someone, I should say, in my course who's got that mindset, guess what? Bam, amazing results. And I want you to be that woman. So you might be listening to me right now and saying, you know what, I'm not that woman yet. I'm not there right now. And if you look inside yourself, you can be honest. You might be terrified. You might be scared. You might be anxious. If you join this course on a leap of faith, you might not feel that way right now. And I want to tell you that's okay. Even if you don't feel like you're totally gung-ho, totally confident when it comes to dating and this whole relationship thing, it's all right. You might be, you know what, Denise, I am a little scared about this, and I don't know if I can ever meet the kind of man and have the kind of relationship that I see other women have. I just don't know. You know, what if these men think I'm not attractive enough? What if these men think I have no real value to offer to their life? What if they don't think I'm thin enough or short enough or tall enough or pretty enough or young enough? All of these things. What if they cheat on me again? Or what if I start dating them and they lie again? I know some of you have had horrible relationships, and I know that you've been hurt, and I know that there's a lot of pain there. And so maybe you're not in that place right now. And so what happens is that when you get someone that's not really where they want to be, there's this gap, right? We have to overcome the gap. But if you can acquire the habits to really put yourself in this whatever it takes mindset, I guarantee you're going to get amazing results. And you just got to trust me on this. So other women, you know, they may be scared and they don't want to do the right things, and they might want to blame other people, and they want to find outside circumstances that are the problems. And guess what? They don't have that mindset. They're not going to find the right man. So I always look at it like this. My job is to help you find the happiness that you want, to understand men, and to create the love life that you really want. My job is to help you. Let's use a metaphor. If I was your guide to climb Mount Everest, and I've got the map, I've got the tools, I've got everything you need to climb that mountain. But let's face it, anyone who thinks that all they need to do to climb Mount Everest is have a great guide, guess what? They're full of it. That climb is going to be freaking hard. It's going to be scary. It's going to be cold. It's going to be very risky and very challenging. It's going to challenge every part of you mentally. And so it's not just about knowing the way up. It's about digging deep within yourself and finding the inner strength, the inner resources that you need to get there. So I can give you the best plan. I can tell you how men think. I can give you tools. I can even give you texting scripts, and I'm going to. I can give you all that. But if you have even the best game plan, it's still not going to help you if you don't have the right mindset. So I'm going to help you position yourself as high value. I'm going to help you take your love life from wherever it is now to an amazing, hopefully, marriage that can make you happy and give you this strength and give you the maximum fulfillment. And I can show you how to do all of these things. But what I need from you is to cultivate this badass, I am the prize, I'm already enough love mindset. Now, if you feel like you're already there, great. I'm so excited. But what I'm going to do in this lesson is sort of systematize it for you so that if you ever do feel yourself slipping, if you ever feel yourself getting off track, you can refer back to this lesson and have a step-by-step plan for rebuilding that energy and rebuilding that inner confidence. Again, if you're not in the right place now, if you're doubting that love's ever going to happen for you and you're scared and you're like, Denise, I don't know if I can do this. What I'm going to lay out for you is my best attempt at giving you a process, a step-by-step process of daily things that you can do to build that mindset into who you are, to make it a part of you, to make it part of you personally so that it's automatic when you wake up every day, so that you'll be enthusiastic and full of drive to pursue love, so that when these obstacles come your way, when you meet these insincere men, when you're feeling rejected because nobody interesting is reaching out to you on Bubble or online dating, you're going to smash right through them. You're not going to settle. When you're dating the exact high quality men that you want and you're experiencing the feelings you want, and then you're going to know your value and you're going to know what you have to offer to men. These unique gifts that you have that to give to the world, I want you to be certain of those. I want you to have absolute clarity that you know what you offer to the right man. So that's a really big goal for this first week and these first few lessons. But you know what? Let's just start off right. Let's hit the ground running. So what I want to do is talk about some of the shifts that you need to make right now. And these are big shifts. So get a piece of paper, get a journal, where you can actually print the PDF and take notes. But if you're driving, just listen and then take notes later, okay? So these are the big shifts that make the difference between the women that are dating weekly, the women that are being pursued by quality men, the women that men are being vulnerable to, or the woman that's still thinking about dating but never really dating. The woman that's still attracting low quality, I call boys, right? The women that are still attached to their past stories and the women that are being cheated on by low quality men that aren't even being treated the way that they know a man should treat them. Their love life and respect for men is going to be negative. So this is the thing. I can't emphasize how important this is. And I know you're probably anxious to get to the good stuff. So Denise, give me the freaking good stuff. Show me where are these men? I just want to know where. Okay, yeah, and then show me the how after that. But where, Denise? Where? Yeah, I laugh because it's not really about the where. It's not. So we're going to get in and I'm going to show you how to know if these men are high quality. I'm going to do all that. Blah, blah, blah. You know that. We're going to get into that, but you need this, okay? This is the gas that goes in the engine. You need the gas and you need the engine. My job is to give you the map. I'm like your GPS of men. And I'm going to show you how to get there. I'm like the Uber of love. I love that concept. But if you don't have your engine running, if you don't have it running right, you're never going to get to where you want to go, okay? So the first concept that I want to introduce you to is this concept I call the mirror. Now, believe it or not, your love life is like a mirror. It's a mirror that's constantly reflecting back to you everything that's going on between your ears, all of your fears, all of your beliefs, everything that you think you're good at, everything that you think you suck at, all of your insecurities, all of those things. It's all going to show up in your love life. It's going to show up in the kind of men you attract and the kind of quality relationships that you have with them. And the mistake that we make as strong women is that we try to change men, or we try to change, the problem is somehow outside of ourselves. We think the problem is where to meet the men. Online dating sites suck. They're all horrible. Well, guess what? I know that. But you know what? There's still good men there. Something is wrong with the men I'm meeting. Well, trying to change that. Trying to change your love life destiny by trying to change the source of where you meet men is crazy. And if you look in the mirror and you don't like the reflection you see, would you just take out a magic marker and start drawing on the mirror? Hell no, that'd be ridiculous. That's not the way to fix it. If you don't like your reflection, if you don't like the quality of men you're attracting, guess what? You have to change what's being reflected. You've got to change yourself. It's the same thing with your love life and relationships with men. Here's an analogy to kind of drive this point home. If you're like me, I don't know if you like these shows, but I love Shark Tank. I like The Profit, Bar Rescue, Kitchen Nightmares, like any of these shows that are right out now, these reality shows where a person has a failing business. And they bring in a guy like John Taffer on Bar Rescue. He goes into the business and then he rants and he raves and he cusses and screams at everyone. And he's trying to help them turn their business around. But if you watch shows like that consistently enough, you're going to realize that very rarely, almost never, is the problem in the actual business. The problem is always in the business owner. He's got some fears, or she has some fears, some insecurities. Maybe that owner is making bad decisions. There's something going on inside of that person psychologically that's screwing up that business. And if you watch these shows, the way they turn around the business is they do a little bit of work on the business, for sure. But most of the work, 90% of the work, is done in the mindset of the business owner and the mindset of the employees. So if you're like most coaches and consultants, you might have a couple people working under you. Maybe you're a VP right now. Maybe you're a manager or a leader. But for the most part, you are your business. So if we're going to fix that business, we've got to fix what's going on in you, between your ears, the story that you're telling yourself, the self-limiting beliefs and how you're projecting that. So what we're going to do together is not about information. This whole class is not about information. It's about transformation. Do you understand? And I'm going to give you that roadmap to succeed. But you have to be prepared to dig deep and to become a new kind of woman. And I'm the best guide in the world when it comes to showing you how to get these high quality men in an efficient and fun way. I really love what I do. I'm very passionate. I hope you can tell. And there's no one better than me right now because I care about you. You're here for a reason. But I need you to bring your guts and your tenacity to the table, your resilience, your attitude. Attitude is huge. And when there's a problem in your dating or relationships or something's going on over the next 6 weeks, I need you to look inside at yourself and check yourself. Check your mindset. Check your attitude. Check it against these principles that I'm about to share with you. So the first big principle, write this down, is just remember that your love life is like a mirror. And that if there's something messed up in your interaction with men, the cause of that, and I say this very compassionately, is inside of you. Now that can be really scary because it means that you've got no one else to blame. You've got no one else to blame if a relationship's not working. Nobody's fault. But the great thing about this is it is so much easier to fix yourself than it is to fix a man. Would you agree? And if you've got these problems in your past relationships, it's like, I don't even know how you begin to fix certain things, the certain men that you've been attracting to your life. But I'm telling you, if you put the focus inside yourself and start on working on you, these problems that you have with men in dating that seem so impossible to overcome and seem so huge, they're going to fix themselves. They're going to fix themselves really quickly, and it's going to be amazing. Now, the next principle, write this down, that I want to communicate to you is that there are two very important traits that every woman absolutely has to have. And I've mentioned them once. I'm going to say it again. Guts and tenacity. Guts and tenacity. Yeah, tenacity. Now you've already shown me that you have the guts because you signed up for this course. Seriously, you should be congratulating yourself. That was a huge step to ask for and accept help. Because even just paying for the fee for this course or signing up for this course is a sign that you are willing to come outside your comfort zone. And so I want to say thank you. But you need guts. And you need guts on a level like you've never had before. You have to be willing to try new things. Trying new things means taking action. All right? You have to be willing to take action, not just think it, not just read it. Just about everything that I'm going to ask you over these next few weeks inside this course is going to be outside your comfort zone. But the path to having this lifelong loving relationship is always, always going to be outside your comfort zone. And some of you, it's going to be far outside your comfort zone. So you need to be willing to make that stretch and have these guts to go after what you want. You got to make big moves, to take the risk and to push yourself outside in a radical and powerful way. With that is going to come confidence, because confidence, ladies, is a muscle. It's not something that we're just born with, and some have it and some don't. No, you get that through challenges and problems and how you deal with those. And that brings me to the second thing. Write this down. You need tenacity. Tenacity is likely even more important than guts. Without guts, you're not even going to take the risk in the first place. But without tenacity, you're not going to keep going. Now, I define tenacity as the willingness to keep trying new approaches until you get what you want. And chances are you're going to get out there, you're going to start applying these things that I'm teaching you and that I'm telling you, and you're going to have obstacles, things that happen in this dating process. You're going to be in the middle of a date and this man is going to say something that's so stupid that it irritates you or it triggers you because it reminds you of your ex. Or you're going to be on Match or OkCupid or Bumble and you're weeding through these hundreds of some unattractive guys, silly boys, people who send you stupid winks or awkward first messages. Or you're going to be dating that man who seems like he really wants you, like he's in. And then maybe what happened to me is going to happen to you, where you're finally dating a man that seems like he's really invested and he treats you well. And then suddenly he pulls back from you and you lose your shit. You get needy and angry and you say something to him that you can't take back. Or you act like somebody that you don't even know. Like you get like that pleasing mentality. And the next thing you know, you can't believe it because this successful woman that you are in your career reverts to this needy woman when you get rejected. And some of you might end up texting this guy looking for closure and you never get the closure you want. So things like this are going to happen. Mentally prepare for them now. You cannot avoid this in dating. You can't. And you have to have tenacity so that when you try something and it doesn't work or you hit an obstacle, that you have to keep dating and trying new approaches and keep on trying these approaches until you succeed. And I'm going to tell you right now, one of my biggest things you're going to hear me say is you cannot say the wrong thing to the right man. Remember that. But if it's not your man, it's okay. Keep going. So guts and tenacity. All right. So you can accomplish everything you ever wanted to in life if you just remember those two principles. As long as you have the guts to get out there and try new things and the tenacity to keep on trying, then nothing can stop you. You are going to meet an amazing man. Let that vision of the relationship you want be your anchor. And honestly, I'm sitting here and I'm talking and I'm thinking, in a lot of ways, you don't even need me. I can make this journey, though, a heck of a lot faster. And I can make it a lot less painful. But you're going to get where you want to go regardless. But if you don't have those guts and you don't have the tenacity and you don't cultivate this I am the prize mindset within yourself, you got to start right now, because if you don't do that, it's going to be a lot harder than you think. And I don't want you to be in the same position, waking up 3 years from now, doing the same things and wondering why you didn't get what you wanted. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get hit. It is going to be painful and you are going to feel insecure from certain things. And you're going to be rejected. But you know what? When you fail, you decide to fail bigger. Go out more. And when you get hit, you got to keep on going out. When your feelings get hurt, you cannot take it personally. This is all about how badly you want love in your life. Now, in the next audio session, what I'm going to do is give you my step-by-step formula. This is what we're calling the Sexcess formula for achieving this kind of mindset, this kind of success, right? I playfully say that because it really is. That's the only thing that makes relationships romantically different, is just this mindset of success, the step-by-step formula for building this truly bulletproof love mindset. And that's the success formula. So I will catch you on the next audio and listen in as we talk about these habits. All right. I hope you enjoyed today's audio, and please leave any comments. Email me if you have any questions. I love your feedback and I hope you enjoyed this.